Today is a very important day with this model, and I just wanted to call your attention to that. But before I do that, I want to give all glory to God for this incredible journey that I have been on over the past 2 years. It's really been a blessing. I've learned an awful lot about the Bible, about the book of Revelation, about just how just how gracious God is. So I wanted to quickly talk about a few things here. Typically, I just come on create these videos. I don't have any notes or any direction. I just feel led of what to say, and that's typically how I do it. Today, however, I just did write down just on a single sheet of paper, just a couple bullet points, just to make sure that I get the information out that I want to and that I don't accidentally skip something. So the first thing that I want to mention is obviously September 23rd has come and gone. Many individuals who were thinking that a rapture event would occur on the 23rd. If you've watched any of these previous videos that I have put out, you know that I was not expecting anything on the 23rd. Possibly, potentially some type of sign, or there would be something that we would see, but for the most part, I wasn't expecting anything. However, a few days after that, I was expecting the trumpets to occur. And before I get to that, the trumpets, it's very clear now, and it should be very clear to you, that the powerless of this world, or the people that think they're in control of the world, yet they are not. Maybe some of you call them the powers that be, or the elite, or the ruling class, or what have you. But many individuals studying eschatology have put out videos that have shown all of the predictive programming that was associated with September 23rd, 2025. And that day came and went, and again, nothing happened. So all of those individuals that feel that they control this world and are have all of this power and control all over people, it's obvious that they have zero control when it comes to God. God has total and complete control over them, and nothing happened on that date that they were predicting for decades now. So this should give you some confidence that the people that think they're in control actually, just like us, have no idea what's actually going to happen, how this is actually going to play out. They thought they did, and they were predicting September 23rd, 2025. But again, that date has come and gone, and nothing has happened what they thought. Okay, so in the model, let's zoom in a little bit here to this area. So here again was September 23rd, 2025. I was thinking potentially maybe an earthquake could happen that would be significant, that might telegraph something that might happen. But today, as I'm actually recording this, is the 7th of October, 2025. We're all the way over here. And in this model, what I thought was what I was receiving was that the trumpets would start. And what has happened? None of the trumpets have started. In other words, we have not seen hail mixed with fire and blood. We haven't seen an asteroid hit an ocean, wormwood hit land. And today we're certainly um, currently experiencing a one-third loss in light from the sun, moon, and stars. So, what does this technically mean? Well, as I said, before this time period came is that as things start to progress through these days and things predicted or what I am modeling in this model have not happened, the possibility of the entire model becomes less and less valid. There is a potential that all of it is wrong. I'm fully aware of that. I'm fully resolved to that. But I do, however, still want to call your attention to a few things. I am still just mesmerized by this 777 days from the discovery of this comet. We talked about that up here. From the Revelation 12 sign to the day that the comet was discovered, that 2,147 days means literally to discover. But 777 days after that was two time frames. One was 480 days, meaning 418 days, excuse me, meaning impossible. The other was 359 days, meaning departure or impossible departure. And that aligned with trumpet number one, or in essence, that aligned right here on this date. So, in other words, if God was sending a message and telegraphing an impossible departure right here on the 26th of September, 3 days after, or 3.5 days after, if you will, from the Feast of Trumpets, what is he telegraphing? Well, the answer to that is I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. But I still find it very, very interesting. This 777 days has not appeared anywhere in the model until this point, and it sure sounds an awful lot like a rapture type event to me. Also, getting to the 77th fig tree, as I explained before, ended on this year 5785 when it completed right here, and now we're in year 5786. So again, these are very, very fascinating alignments and data points that I'm, again, not exactly sure what that means. So let me get to today and let's talk about this a little bit. Today is Sukkot, the first day of Sukkot. We know from a previous video, and you can also look down here, the sign of the dragon. The Draconids meteor shower is happening right now. It started yesterday. Will a significant event happen during this sign of the dragon? In other words, will God send just a significant amount of meteor activity from this sign of the dragon, or this through this Draconid's meteor shower, to telegraph to us that something potentially is going to happen? I don't know. We're going to have to watch and see. But today is the first day of the Feast of Tabernacles. And those of you know my work, you know that I follow Brenda Weltner's thesis of a timeline, almost exact. There are a few differences, but I follow her work nonetheless. In fact, even on in these models, you will see that I talk about this confirming, this 8-day period confirming the Weltner um, time frame for this immortal change and rapture on the 8th day. I still believe that, but there's certainly also some doubts. It's a theory. It's a great theory, by the way. It's a theory that explains an awful lot, but at the end of the day, it's still a theory nonetheless. We'll have to see how that plays out. But just so you know, from my perspective, if you're familiar with her work, I have been a tremendous supporter of her work since 2020, when I was first introduced to her. So anyway, let's go ahead and get back to Sukkot. In my estimation, what I have seen, and certainly throughout the Bible, God waits till the last possible minute to do things. He does this so that if there's still one sheep out in the field that needs to be saved, he'll leave the 99 for that one. This is common throughout just how God does business. This is just how he works. So what's going to happen here is when we get to the end of the 7th of October in 2025, in the last possible remote corner of the earth, which is midnight BIT time or Baker Island time zone, which is UTC minus 12, or basically 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, tomorrow morning. If we get there, then we are completely through the anywhere on earth being October 7th, 2025. If we basically get on the other side of that and there is no immortal change, that can mean one of three things. The first thing that it could mean is that there is no immortal change of a man-child. And this year at Shimini Atzeret, the man-child still could be caught up. That's one concept. The other concept, the second concept, is that 2025 may not be the year of this Brenda Weltner theorized immortal change and rapture during Feast of Tabernacles. Theory number three is her second scenario that she has been talking about, where this immortal change will occur on Halloween with a rapture event 8 days later, excuse me. Those are the three scenarios that I'm looking at right now. Those are the only three that I know about. So I'm just wanted just to again put out this video just to let you know where we're at. If this happens within the next 19 hours as I'm recording this video, what a amazing event that would be. That would be incredible. I pray that those of you listening to this are included in that group, the man-child. You become part of the 24 elders. You find yourself in an immortal state with the job and the task of searching through the world and finding the 144,000 and helping Jesus seal them in the coming days. And then on the 14th of October, find yourself in the throne room of God. I pray that for all of you that are listening to this. I pray that for myself. I pray that for my family and my friends. Just an amazing thing when you think about it. It would be just what an honor. An honor that comes with a tremendous amount of responsibility, and the things that we will do together during Jesus's millennial reign are just hard to comprehend. I'm typically not an emotional person, but at times when I think about stuff like that, it brings me to tears. It's very awe-inspiring. And I know those of you that are listening and waiting and anticipating have those same exact thoughts. So it would just be absolutely incredible. So that's what I see over the next several days. So let's talk about if we get here basically to the 15th of October. where the 14th of October does not exist anywhere on the planet. Well, when we get to this point, as I have stated, all of the math of this model breaks down because so many things hinge on that specific day and are measured from that day and are meaningful only from a measurement of that day. So all of this work that I've been working on for the past 2 years would be invalid. So I'm just being upfront about that. There is a very real possibility of that. Um, when we, when that happens, the only scenario left in 2025 is Brenda Weltner's uh, second scenario of 2025, where she talks about, again, this transformation on Halloween and a caught up to the throne room of God 8 days later. So we will see how all of this plays out. I want to thank you for watching these videos and um, taking time out of your busy schedule. I know all of us are extremely worn out, tired. We're busy in life. We have an awful lot. We have to keep one foot in the world and continue moving forward, continue working and fulfilling obligations and responsibilities. Yet in the back of your mind, I'm certain that you are much like me and you are dealing with these thoughts of if this could happen at any moment. So I pray for all of you that that resolve and that balance between our destiny and our current situation is resolved in your mind, and God and the Holy Spirit helps you through that. So thanks again for your time. God bless you, and God willing, I will have another video for you in the coming days. Thanks again.